What's up? Welcome back to Brown Guy Racing. As always, my name is Josh, and today we are going to figure out whether or not I am able to get the transmission mounted to the engine with eyeballing the clutch, or if I'm going to have to go buy a clutch tool. So thanks for joining. Let's go ahead and jump in and see how that works out for us.
Alright, so I may regret eyeballing it. I may have to run AutoZone and buy a clutch tool. I just don't happen to have one. Whatever. So I guess the next thing I'm going to do is drop this on the ground. Or maybe not all the way on the ground. But throw this up on the hook, get that guy over here. We're going to see if we can make a transmission and a motor together. Not gonna lie, I'm actually impressed that the wheels work with this motor on here. Okay, so we can probably turn this a little bit. Raise that just a smidge. That ought to get enough. As you can see, I have a lot of mess to clean up before I can get the car in here, which is tomorrow. So I am going to be very maybe you can eyeball a clutch. Oh, okay. Most of the way in. Okay. This one even looks too. So I basically need all the transmission bolts. So I learned today that I'm just going to send an email to Ray now and tell him that it looks like I need all of the transmission bolts because it looks like I have one transmission bolt. But the good news is is that they are pretty much made together. I've definitely got to get the other bolts. So I'm going to leave that one a little bit loose. We're just going to slide this off to the side while I order these bolts from Ray. Shit, that probably means that I'm not going to be able to drop the engine and transmission in until next week. So maybe I'll be able to get some editing done, get us to this point, and make some progress out of that. But either way, we've set out a lot. That is a hell of a lot closer to going in the car than it has been before, and we'll keep making progress. So there will be a hell of a lot more to come, and it should get more interesting once that is inside the car and we start putting some of this stuff inside the car. You know, figure out what turbo we're going to go with and a few other fun things too. Harness is clear there. Harness is clear there. We're going to just barely be able to get deep enough in there, it looks like. But I think with a little push, we should be able to make it work. These came with the Garfinkel oil pan brace. All right, let's bring you down here. Alright, so I usually tighten things to German spec, Guten tight. Okay. I'm not going to put any of my extremities under here that I wouldn't be able to move quickly if it were to come down. It would fail slow, so I'm not super worried about it. I'll get you a better angle what we're doing here. Okay, so next thing we've got to do mounts. Alright, let's find a nut for these since I did not apparently inherit one. I have never had a keg in this car myself, so this is actually going to be a really, really big step for me personally. Just because I have never actually been this close to having a vehicle since I purchased this car. It's always been a roller, so. Alright, so this one's a little tore up here. So this is definitely the right thread. So some WD-40 in that. One of my cans was done, so I burst it open and dumped it in a spray bottle. It works quite well so far. Alright, we're able to chase this one nice and clean. This one, it looks like we'll have enough to grab. Let me grab the 17. See if we can save it. I'm going with yes. All right. I think there's some over there. Yeah, I mean, they cleaned up pretty well. They're not perfect, but here's the real question. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all that really is going to matter. I can get a nut on it.
Hell yeah, I am definitely excited. I am glad that I was able to eyeball that and get everything made up easily. I was definitely a little bit worried that that might not work out as easy as it did. But this definitely means that the next video is going to be us dropping the motor and transmission into the engine bay, and that's actually going to be the first time I've ever seen a motor or transmission in the car. So I cannot wait to get to that step, and I'm definitely looking forward to sharing it with everyone. Definitely thanks for following along, and like and subscribe to keep up with the next videos every Monday and Thursday. Thanks guys, I appreciate it.